everyone. Today we got to play Fabled Fruit. So this is a legacy-based card game where the game changes after multiple playthroughs. Before we get into that, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell. We have a bunch of games that you want to see reviewed. So
that's right. Mm-hmm.
That's it.
You got a bunch of them.
But
probably have a bunch they don't want to see reviewed too, but we're going to
do them
anyway.
We're going to do them.
We're trying to convince them to click the
like,
subscribe
where's
button.
the beef?
We already did that one.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
That was a good one.
That one was. All right. Tell us more about this game.
So, Fabled Fruit came out in 2016. There is an expansion for it as well. BGG rating is 7.0. Designer, Friedman Freeze. Art, Harold Lesky. Published by Stronghold Games. The MSRP is $34.52, but I found cheaper versions of it. $32.89 on Amazon, but Geek Market, $12 and $18.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So, the game quality, card quality, there is no linen finish.
No.
They're okay.
The thickness is pretty nice. I mean, it's a good, thick card.
It's okay.
Yeah, they're not great.
So, don't feel bad if you wanted to sleeve the fruit, I guess. But these cards, I don't see how. The bigger cards...
Well, they have these size too. These are like...
But why would you if they're...
Yeah, you don't shuffle them or anything, but...
But the fruits, I would see...
from the game.
So, I would see the fruits being more of the ones that you would sleeve, if you sleeved anything at all. They do have these little character meeples, so like mine's a turtle, because turtles are amazing. I picked the best one. There's also a red snake, a white sheep, and a
gray elephant. There's a yellow giraffe,
which
and
of course is not an option for us. And then the monkey
and the monkey. I think those are all pretty cool.
The monkey's a thief, though. You can't play the monkey.
Aw, bummer.
But yeah, the rules presume that one of those 6 animals that you can play is your favorite, though, because it said you can pick among your favorite animals, and that with 6 choices.
So if
your
favorite happens to be a jackal, you're out of luck.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fine because mine was there.
Considering my favorite animals are sharks and stingrays and lions, I didn't see any of my favorite animals.
Well, they're up on the board maybe when we come across them.
I don't think so, because I think these are there's walruses. I don't think those are like woodland critters, even though it said woodland critters in the rules.
Well, I mean...
There might be a rare species of walrus.
The woodland walrus.
So, well, we'll see when we find it. But quality pieces overall, everything's functional. Is there anything super fantastic? No. I'm right at a 6 for this. Where are you guys at?
Yeah, it's probably where I am. I don't think there's anything outstanding about it. There's cardboard tokens, and there's wood and regular cards that are not, linen finished. So
I'll go a 5.5 because it's shaped wooden pieces instead of just bricks and ropes. Because it's just barely above 2.
Yeah, really it is. So moving on to theme, I think the theme is actually pretty cute. So basically you have a hand of fruits that you're trying to collect, and you do that.
Fabled fruits.
And you're trying to do that by going to different of the animals that have special abilities. And then you're trying to get the collection of fruit that you're capable of actually purchasing the cards with the cost down below. Once you reach 4 of those cards, that triggers end of game.
No, it's based on turn or number of players.
Right. Well, it triggers the end of the game.
No, the number of players has different counts that trigger the end of the game.
But once you get to a certain number
once you get to a certain number, and that number is defined. That's more of gameplay. But talking about theme, you're collecting fruit to feed to the different critters to gain the card. So it's sort of there. It's very lightly themed.
It's very light, but it's cute.
It's a cute
and
little
the art's
game.
nice. And
yeah, so I'm at a 7 as far as theme goes. It's there. It's cute. It's okay.
Yeah, I think 7's a good score.
Okay. So moving on to rules. How were the rules?
The rules are very short.
It is a very simple game.
There's 2 books, and the one is the actual rule book, which is only 4 pages long. Mm-hmm. And the other is the glossary for the different animals that you're going to come across during the course of the game, which you only need to read the first page because you start out with just decks 1 through 6. And then as you add on animals, you can read the rest. So getting into this game is super easy because there's not a lot to the gameplay at first. Now, whether it's going to develop more, we don't know.
But we saw some hints of it getting a little bit more strategic as we played through.
But given that this is a legacy game, I don't want to give too much away about
Right.
what you're going to encounter as you play it. But you will change the rules of the game as you play.
Yeah, like we added
Because it's not saying anything by as the cards go when you buy them, they're removed from the game permanently. So you're replacing them with new ones.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, and then when you play the next game, you start up where you left off.
Right.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to find out if like how you wouldn't purchase the last card because maybe you want like the
You
basic
mean about the
ability,
Oh yeah.
like the basic ability, draw 2 fruits, right? Like, what if you like it? I'm interested to see how this plays out specifically.
That might
as-
be a strategy
Well,
where you
I
really
was
like the card ability, so
Yeah.
you don't buy it.
Yeah,
Right.
Eventually, you're going to get down to the point where you have 24 stacks of one, and you're eventually going to have to.
Right. I
But,
know. I
yeah.
totally get that, but I think that would be interesting. Well, because
Mhm.
there's some I wouldn't mind, like this one, the unique, So there's certain ones I'd be like, okay, that's fine, buy those up, so those are out of the game. But I could see where others being more, oh, I don't want to purchase that card.
Because it's cool.
Yeah, even though I have everything for it, I'm going to try to figure something else out. I thought that was a really interesting thought there, and I think this game, even we just played the one round, but I am very intrigued to figure out how this moves forward. So
Are we going to wrap up rules, or are we just going to go straight into gameplay?
Oh, I thought we were already in
No.
gameplay.
So, given the fact that the rules are straightforward, there's not much to them.
Right.
I mean, there's not much to take away from them. They're pretty clear. They've got bold sections, but the thing is there's almost every sentence is bolded. It's almost overkill on the bolding.
It's because it's all important, Randy.
Yeah, it's like the whole. I mean, on the back there's no bolding, but
That's not
inside
important.
it's almost every sentence is bolded. So it gets to be the point where bolding is kind of monotonous. I'm going to go ahead and give them a 7 because
Okay.
it got the job done, but it wasn't the best rule book.
Yeah.
We
So
pretty much went into gameplay.
we did
Yeah.
already. We talked about the kind of the rules already.
I mean, we didn't go. We talked about how the game progresses. They call it a Fable game, not a legacy game, because of the fact that you can reset and play it over and over again.
Right.
But the concept is you've got these little animal critters that you're going to place on a deck of cards, and you take the action of the card, or you purchase the card if you have the fruit that is required to purchase it. So the cards, the starting ones, I'm not going to talk about any of the added ones because I don't want to give anything away. But the starting cards is you can draw 2 fruit. That's one of the actions. Very basic. You draw them from the draw pile. Or one is you draw 1 and then you exchange 3 with another player, where they give you 3 and then you give them back 3. So you've got to choose your locations wisely based upon it. You can go to any location, even ones that are occupied, but if you go to one that's occupied, you have to give one of your fruit away to the players that are already there. So if there's more than one player, you have to give each player 1. If you don't have any cards, then there's no penalty and you can go wherever you want to go.
But I think that's what that slowed me up. So figuring out where you can keep the cards in your hands is going to how you win the game, because I ran out of cards twice, and so it took me a turn to get more cards in my hand, and then being able to figure out what cards I wanted to keep to buy a card. So if you can manipulate what action you're doing to keep your hand full of cards, whole lot easier.
Well, there's that, and the other thing is if you want to acquire a card, don't go there to take the action before, because then you have to move away and come back to the place. So it takes you 2 more turns.
Well, and the fact that you can mess with other people's hands,
We just started. We won't talk about what the actions were, but we just started seeing that coming out towards the end of the game, where you could pick some actions to.
Well, we had some in the starting, because you had the exchange where they had to give you 3 cards. If you only had 4 cards and you were trying to save them up to buy something,
Well, exactly.
and you
You could see that they drew 3 specific cards, and you can do this action to make them give you those 3 cards. They might not be happy with you.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
I gave you the ones back you gave me.
No, there was another set. I don't know. I had enough.
I think it was me.
Oh, it was you.
Yeah, I think it was me.
Yeah, because I had enough for 2 cards. I literally was going to end the game. Bam, bam. And then you went and did that to me and totally screwed me over.
Sorry, Randy.
I'm over here.
Right, but I'm saying you needed. Sorry, Randy.
Oh, he's saying apologizing
No,
for you.
he still won.
He did. Because he's a jerk.
Because he's a jerk. But overall, this game was a fun.
Yeah, it's a light, fun game.
It is a light. It is fun, but there is some strategy. There is a little bit of take
It'll
that.
be interesting to see how much more comes out once you can see the new
I mean, that
cards.
would be the only thing that I'd be nervous about is if we get further along and it's strictly attacky cards, then it might get a little sad.
No, I'm hoping it gets better from as we go in, because right now the first gameplay wasn't great. It was okay, but it wasn't that exciting.
It's just super light.
Yeah,
It is super
but
light.
I
But that's okay.
It gets better.
I think your comparison to Charterstone is really accurate.
Yeah.
Where Charterstone was super easy and boring at first, but it got decent towards the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, towards the middle.
Yeah.
Towards the end, it kind of fizzled out again, but we haven't done a review of Charterstone. I'm not even sure how we'll do that one because we've already played through it.
Unless we do
And
a
we don't
reset
want to
kit.
talk about
Right.
the it's a legacy. That's going to be a tricky review to do when we actually get to Charterstone. But yeah, as far as this, I'm right now at a 6 on it. As far as the gameplay, I hope it gets better. I think it will. That's why I was saying when we were first playing, it's hard to review this without playing a few times, because it's the whole concept of the game is you're going to play it several times and have the decks changing.
Well, the thing is, first round in, I want to play it again, and that is something to be
Yeah.
said. I mean, there's some unique capability, and I think this can get some of the, this is, I think, a beginner to medium.
I think you could get Sarah into this. She would definitely like the art.
Well, you have to explain what the cards do because you can't read all those words.
Right, but still,
she based the memorization with her not.
I
She's
don't
starting.
know.
She's starting the reading thing.
She's
Maybe in a year.
Yeah,
Maybe in a
I
year.
think she's a little young for it.
But I
your
can
mom
see in
would
a year.
enjoy it.
Yes, my mother would really enjoy this, and I think even my dad. And
Your dad, no, he'd be a jerk at it.
it's more like you don't want to play with him.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, he'd be a jerk at it. So he would intentionally screw me over, and I don't like that. So.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I know. So
All right, score. Give it a score.
I think 6 is a good score with potential to improve.
Yeah, that's why I said. Or I said
6 plus.
I'll give this a 6.5 plus because I think I enjoyed it more than both of you guys. But you're right. This is just the beginning.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how this all
plays out.
I do like the little mosquito. He looks like he's like me.
Well, I did think
he was you.
And I think the
thought
turtle's
that was
funny because it looks sad. So it's like, oh, he's got a bellyache. So
yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming. We had a blast, and hopefully you guys did too. We'll catch you later. Bye.
Bye.